What's up, guys? Happy Monday to everyone. How are you doing today? Good to be here with all of you. We're moving into August, and that's just how life goes, man. But welcome to beginning of the week. I'm Zach Westfall. Hit the subscribe button if you would, and thank you to all of you guys who have, and thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, I mean, you might be, what are you doing? You might be laying some asphalt right now and listening to me just squawk away at all this, that sort of deal, or knitting your godson a new pair of socks because, maybe the dog got to his last pair, is that what you're doing? You could be out there test driving a new Subaru Outback with your lady, and both of you are just sweating it out because you guys live in Phoenix, and I'm sure there's no other place in the US of A that makes your body pump out more water than in Phoenix. Why do people even want to live in Phoenix? Like, that's just wild to me, man. Because everyone out there just, they just, their bodies are always glistening from the heat, and I bet when they even go to bed, their dreams even perspire a little bit at night and that sort of deal, and that's okay, I guess, but it's not like they can't hit the AC or get a cold towel and wring it off on each other's bodies or something like that, or maybe share a spoonful or a carton or a gallon or maybe even a bucket. A bucket? A bucket of that Ben and Jerry's chocolate chip star crunch, magical wizard finger cookie dough or whatever, whatever they're calling the damn ice cream nowadays. They come up with all sorts of crazy flavors and names and that sort of deal. But dude, there was this one time I used to live with these two cats, right? And one of these guys, he was just obsessed with Ben and Jerry's strawberry, cherry, coconut cream, or whatever it is. It's that cherry flavor kind. But this one time, he went out and bought one of those little containers of it, stuck it in the freezer. And he's like, I'm going to save this bitch for later because I'm going to ravish that thing, right? So our other roommate went in there and he took it out of the freezer. And he took it up to his bedroom and all that. So the one roommate that bought the ice cream, he went in there to get it. And when it was gone, it's like when he went into the freezer and he didn't see that thing in there, it's like his whole world just got flipped upside down. Like a crackhead that just, that simply doesn't have any more crack, that sort of thing. And so the roommate that bought it, he went upstairs to ask, I'll say his name. He went up there to ask the other roommate, Matt, about, where the ice cream Matt. And Matt, he was this thin cat, which makes me kind of think that his mom didn't really breastfeed him all that much when he was little. And that's why he looked like that, or was like that, I guess. But anyway, so my other roommate walks up there to ask Matt about what, has he seen the ice cream? And so while he's talking to him, he notices it. He hawk eyes that thing, zeroes in on it, and he just sees it just dripping down the damn windowsill. And it's just melting like its heartbeat just gave out, and now it's just spilling all of its emotion right on all on the wall, and it's on the carpet, and you could just imagine how the drippiness of this frozen goodie at one point in time, what it would look like. So I'm downstairs and I'm just playing a video game or, you know, doing whatever I'm doing, maybe, something like that. But, all of a sudden I start hearing, hearing him, cussing Matt out in German. And me, I'm thinking like there's another person up there, like we got a new roommate or something like that. And then next thing, all I heard was this big slam. And then Matt came downstairs and he's just covered in this melted strawberry cherry flavored whatever. It's in his hair, it's on his shirt, damn, it's probably dripping in his shoes and all that stuff, but he's covered in this ice cream. And ever since then, like when we were living together, when we saw ice cream, it was damn off limits. And that's just what it was. You saw that cherry, berry, Ben Jerry flavored crap in there, and you knew it wasn't yours. It was bound and determined to be our other roommates. So we just knew it was off limits, But that's the thing about roommates. Living with a roommate, you never know what's going to happen. One day, you guys could be hanging out, just being cool with each other, shooting the shit, spitting into each other's mouths or something like that. Whatever you could be doing. And then the next day, you're sleeping with their girl, with their girlfriend in a sunroom in the middle of a hurricane. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I'm saying, or it did happen, but I'm not saying it didn't happen either. Ooh, you know what I'm talking about. But, next thing you know, a couple days later, after she gets done with you, she doesn't want to, she finally realizes that she doesn't want to have anything to do with either one of you. And that's just what it is, because she just, she wants to be a lesbian now, and yeah, that took a turn, but, now she wants to get all decked out in jean jackets and wearing beanies that say, like something like scary lesbian on it or something like that, and that's fine, if that's what she wants to do. It's, then that's what she wants to do. If she's not into, you or your other roommates or anything like that, then that's all what it is. By all means, go do what you want to go do, But now, after she, decides that she wants to switch up, what she wants to do, you still gotta live with the roommate, You still got to live with the guy that is not only pissed at you because you ruined his relationship, with the girl that he loved or still loves or whatever, But now, the trust is gone. You don't have, he doesn't trust you anymore. And trust, man, trust is probably one of the greatest attributes, one can have in a relationship. You can carry around a bag full of attributes. And you can carry around you got some honesty in there. You got a spoonful of respect in that bag, a dash of empathy and a sprinkle of integrity, you got all that. You can sprinkle that into the damn mix. But dude, without trust, you're just, without trust being in there, floating around in that satchel, you aren't going to get too far. And that's just what it is. Hot damn, I think all of us have had to learn the hard way without trust in a relationship. I think we all have at some point in our lives, hell, at one time, one time in my life, a close friend Um, a close friend of mine. We're I mean, this cat was like a brother to me. He still is. But he thought that at one point in time that uh that I stole some money from him, you know? And and it turned out, to be someone else, but you know, and not only did this particular person, steal money from him, but he this cat actually ended up, he stole, his my buddy's mom's checkbook, you know, and but after all that happened and everything, it took a good while for my friend and I to become close again because trust just wasn't there, you know, but. But we're all good now and everything. It just took a while to mend the relationship because y- you know, like if you have a friend that thinks that you took from him and but also when he found out that he was wrong, then I mean, that's just like I mean, it's a car wreck. The relationship turned into just one big massive car wreck. And because it was just everyone's pointing fingers back and forth at each other, and that doesn't work, dude. So, um, but man, I don't know. I'm not sure how we got how I got onto this. I don't know. It was talking about I don't know roommates and it's just it's like and nowadays, man, nowadays trying to trust somebody is so hard because everyone's out there cheating on each other and fucking around and pardon my French, but that's what's happening. That's the reason the divorce rate's like what it is. It's like 60-40 or whatever it is. But um but I don't know, man. It's just roommates are hard, friendships are hard, relationships are hard. All of it's hard, you know? But um but anyway, so if you're going through a relationship thing, man, maybe you should just sit down and you know, play patty cake with each other or make a pie with each other or something like that and the best thing you can do more than anything is just say you're sorry if you did something wrong, man, you know? But um but yeah, that's all. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like I'm just like I'm just spitting out what you should do or shouldn't do or that sort of thing, getting off on a tangent, I guess. I don't know. But um um but the Summer Olympics are here, you know? And that's always a fun thing to watch because, you know, they have so many events and it's everyone the best of the best coming out to compete against each other and everything. So I sat down for about, you know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes and watched some of it, you know. And and it's being held in Paris this year, you know. And and I've already said before that I think, the French are the French are only known for a couple things, baked goods, I think, the Eiffel Tower, um, maybe doing some sort of love making, I guess, not like the Italians. No, 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 not like the Italians. I mean, those guys will fuck a hot batch of tomato sauce if you let them. That's just what it is. But I mean, they don't. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what the French do. you know, they just do what they do, I guess. You know, um, I guess, they don't let a lot of things go untouched or unpleasured, or I guess that's what Italians do. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. But I guess but anyway, so yeah, I was watching the Olympic, ceremony and some of the events, and man, during the opening ceremony, they brought out the torch, you know, and this thing looks like a damn something that would have shot out of a submarine, or I don't know if you guys, saw it or not on TV or whatever, but also it kind of looked like a damn, nice hand rolled backyard joint, that sort of thing, a nice rolled joint, you know. And long behold, right after I started looking at it, you know, guess who, you know, guess who walks out? No other than, or non other than, or however you say it, long behold, there it is, holding up to the sky. It's him, the president of the United States. Stizzle, whizzle, stizzle, my frizzle, jizzle, gizzle, that sort of thing. It was Snoop. And Snoop's holding that thing up like he's about to freaking, fire off a damn bottle rocket up in the air or whatever. Or it looked like he was about to just smoke that thing. It's like Snoop created it and sent off the blueprints. And then they were like, oh, yeah, this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one. So Snoop was out there and he's dancing and doing all his thing. And he's just, he's just being Snoop. And, Snoop D-O-double-G, jizzes, that sort of thing, But this year, man, they said that they brought in, or they're bringing in a new event into the Olympics. And it's breakdancing. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, I hadn't seen any of it yet, but also I'm trying to understand something too. They brought in breakdancing, but they took out karate this year. Which is kind of strange to me because, you think that as a sport that's been around longer than basketball and cup ball or whatever sport you want to play with a ball with or whatever, if they had, if handball, I guess, whatever, if they have handball, why not karate? I don't get it, I mean, because to be honest, like, man, I'd rather, to me, kicking someone in the face is more interesting than throwing a ball into a net. Like, that's just, I don't know. In that case, since we're bringing break dancing into the mix and all that. And look, man, I like break dancing. I do. It's interesting in so many different shades of, in so many different lights, like you got people, it takes so much skill, I should say, to bend and contort your body like that and to twist on your dome and do baby freezes, or something like that, or, whatever it is, and whatever they do out there. But I say if they're doing breakdancing as a sport, then let's make the Olympics a little bit more interesting in some events. I mean, how about we do some experimenting, with some of the sports that we made up as, like, why don't we do some something like I don't know, do some of the sports that that we made up. Yeah, do some sports that we made up as kids, like why isn't Marco Polo an event, or hide and seek? How about that? Hide and seek, that's if you consider hide and seek, I guess, a sport, but I'm sure some people do, like a serial killer, They're always doing hide and seeking. Hell, they'd probably be the best at it if you ask me. Or maybe maybe someone small, but I don't know, someone small. And I'm trying to think of someone, a group of people that would be good at hide and seeking, I guess. Um, you know, let's see. Who would be best at who would be best at if someone were small? Hmm. Um, I don't know. I guess I could see a couple Bolivians, I guess, out there. I don't know where Bolivia, Bolivian came from. I don't know much about Bolivia or whatever, but I'm sure that they got some sort of, some sort of height shortage over there, or at least, I'm guessing they do, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know anything about Bolivia except they got a lot of that, pre-workout marching powder. You know what I'm talking about? That cocaine. That's about the only thing I can think about when it comes down to Bolivia. But they, you know, let's just make the Olympics a little bit more interesting, I guess. You know, you know, But you can imagine, some little Bolivian guy, running around, stop, dropping, rolling, and ducking behind a small fern or a mound of dirt or something like that. Something because since they're so small, I guess. But I don't know. Shoot, man. Better yet, how about this? How about we make? Remember, how about we make butts up an Olympic sport? Remember that game? Remember that? We used to have to take a tennis ball. You get like a group of like 5 people or 6 people. You take a tennis ball and you throw it up against the wall, right? And you're supposed to let the ball bounce on the floor one time. And if you grab it, you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. But if someone fumbles the ball, then the person that fumbles the ball, you gotta just run. You gotta run as fast as you can to tag the wall before someone picks up the tennis ball and throws it at the wall. So if the ball hits first before you get to the wall, then you got a B, right? So if you spell butt or whatever, the person that essentially that gets spelt, that I may if I could talk today, the person that has all the letters BUTT has to go up to the wall, turn around, and everyone gets one shot with the tennis ball or racquetball or volleyball or whatever you're playing with, right? And you get one shot to just Randy Johnson that thing at them. And that's their punishment because they suck at it and they got hands made of sticky Butterfinger cream or whatever it is. But wouldn't that be wild to have that as like, dude, I'd be watching that all the time, having especially when we're in the Olympics, man, you got some guy from Great Britain, and instead of tossing a fish and chip into a basket, he's out there slinging tennis balls at some Canadian, out there, and the Canadian has his head to the wall and he's just like, "Oh, please, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry." And then all of a sudden he gets pegged right with that thing, right in the back of his shoulder. And that's his punishment, But I don't know, man. These are just thoughts. Probably ridiculous thoughts, but still thoughts, right? So, but I don't know, man. That's just watching the Olympics, man. Some of these athletes, man, some of these athletes are, I mean it, man. Some of these athletes are truly, truly amazing. You know, I watched um the the 30 45 minutes that I watched. I watched synchronized swimming or diving or whatever you want to call it, you know. And congrats, dude, congrats to the US because they won silver in that event, and it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how, how much just like in that event, how much like just a second makes, you know? And I mean, it just makes all the difference in the world, if you're just off by just a millisecond, or 2 seconds, it's kind of like sex, I guess, because just a couple seconds could either make you or break you in the bedroom department. You know what I'm talking about? That sort of thing. And I'm talking about, and this is to all the men out there, because we've all been there before. You think we've all been in that boat. You think you're gonna get in there and you're just gonna, you know you're just gonna last forever and that sort of thing, and then out of nowhere, you're just semening all over the place, and it's only been 120 seconds, something like that. And then afterwards, you're just trying to do your best to get the blood flowing back right, right to your wiener. You're like, oh no, no, and you're trying to come up with an excuse about why it happened so fast and all of that, and you're just like, and you're like, I just don't like, give me like give me 2 minutes, you know. And by then she already left because she went to work, and but I don't know, where was I going with that? Oh no, but these divers, man, these divers are amazing to watch. You could tell that they've worked so hard and practiced for so long to be able to do, like, what they do. And it's I mean, it's crazy. To jump off a diving board, flip around, and then go into some water, and it has to be all at the same time. Like, I mean, that's crazy. Do you remember when you started driving, and you'd have like a buddy with you or whatever. He'd get in the passenger seat, you get in the driver's seat, or vice versa, or whatever. And you always tried to close the door at the same time. So you were like, and you were lucky to maybe get it 1 out of 5 times, you know, maybe, to close the doors, because you think you're damn Batman and Gay Robin or whatever, right? And so and the thing is, like you really aren't doing anything. You're just sitting there more than anything. But you try it, bam, and it doesn't work, and you're like, damn it. Okay, well, next time we get out, we're gonna do it again. Now try to imagine doing that off of a diving board. There is no way, absolutely no way. It's probably a bad analogy, but you know what? Sometimes bad analogies happen, and that's just what it is, But but also what I was thinking about with the swimmers and all that and other stuff is, dude, how, while I was watching it, how long, how much, like, it must be so time consuming, to, because they got to climb up the ladder, get all the way up there, and then after they dive into the pool, then they got to swim over to the side, get out of the pool, and then do it all over again. I mean, I would say like for me, if that were, if I were doing that, I'd probably get to about the ninth time and then I'd be done, dude, because I'd want to go and do something else because it's just, it just seems so time consuming for just for like literally 3 seconds worth of, whoa, and that's it, you know? But then, man, when you watch it, you just can't help to, think that these are just remarkable or incredible athletes, that have so much laser focus that it takes that to do that sort of thing, And it's just crazy to even, I don't know, it boggled my mind, and I kept thinking about it, like, God, you've got to be like, you got to know that person. You got to know what they eat, drink, sleep, I mean, whatever, what size shoe they wear, all that stuff. You guys got to be like, like Siamese twins, just, I don't know what is, but it's So, but man, it's just, it's just incredible to watch, I guess. But it looks like Australia's in the lead right now for the gold medals. So we'll just see what happens with all that as the days, go by and that sort of thing. But the Olympics are here, man. They're here for like 2-3 weeks, something like that. I think they end halfway through August or whatever. So if you get a chance, you like an event, go for it. Go for it. Watch it. So last week, I told you guys that we were gonna get into text from a listener, and so we're gonna jump into that real quick. And again, man, if you guys, for all of you guys, men and women out there, if you want to reach out with a question or a comment or whatever, and you want to hit up the voicemail / text line, get at us, let us know what's happening with you. And that number is 828-209-8777. So let's get into this question right now. Okay. It looks like, okay. Let me get into this email. Okay, right here. Okay. It says, on a scale from 1 to 5, how would you rate Donald Trump on being president again? I'm not gonna get. I thank you for the question, whoever sent it. There's no name on here. But how do I feel about? I don't know, man. I don't really like getting into politics because, one, there's too many aspects of it, too many thoughts, and I don't know. It's just a lot, But what do a 1 to 5? I mean, hey, man. Look, man, I don't really like Donald. I'm not a fan of Donald. I wasn't a fan of Joe. I'm not a fan of, our VP right now. But Donald did help out, he helped out our economy. What can I say, man? He did. We weren't struggling with having to buy, a loaf of bread, right. We weren't struggling to put gas in our car. The, prices were at a good point. Do I think he should be president again? I think they're all bad choices. No offense to, to red and blue, voters out there. I mean, I would go green, but then that's not even going to work because that never works because people don't vote for green very often. Um, I think Trump's kind of a dirtbag in a way, but again, that dirtbag did so much for us. Um, and people don't, I don't think people give him the credit that he deserves. He should have gotten reelected, I think. So I guess that answers your question right there. I give him a 4. I'll give him, 1 out of 5. I'll give him a 4. I'll give him a 3.7. How about that? You know, um, I think anyone that gets fucking shot in the ear, and decides to still come out, and he did that Black Power thing, which was, I mean, can you imagine if he did you know, that Hitler sign off or whatever? That wouldn't be good, um, but I can imagine him like kind of doing it. I don't know why, you know, but yeah, I think that's it, man. I think he should have another go at it. But also it's fixing everything that's messed up right now, and I think it would take more than 4 years to do so. Um and yeah, that's what I got, man. I don't know. I don't like political, you know, I don't like questions like this. But that's my answer. That's it. Uh but Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to vote for this go around. We'll just see what happens, I guess. So, um, it's not black and white. There's always this middle ground that's kind of shaky, I guess, that when it comes down to politics. So, um, but I will and shall say, Joe, get out of there. I will say that I was happy to say, or to see that you're stepping down for real. Cause no offense, but you fucked up a lot of things, and I'm not gonna get into any of that, um, but yeah, okay, but that's what I got. All right. Thank you to the viewer for asking the question. And and if you guys got a comment about that, or you guys want to hit the voicemail about what you think, what do you give Trump? You know, what do you give him? What are you rating him? You think he should be back in the seat, or do you think he should just stay out of it and continue to make muffins with his $1 million or $1 billion or whatever he decides to do? Let us know on the voicemail 828-209-8777. What else is going on this week other than the Olympics, man? Oh, Joe Rogan, Joe, Slow Rogan. And I say slow Rogan like, nah, I don't want to say that about him. I don't know. It's Joe. He has a new special coming out this week. So I'm going to probably sit down and watch that. He hasn't come out with a special in a couple years. And so I was thinking about going back and maybe rewatching some of his stuff. He's, to me, I don't know. He's an okay comic. Maybe he's a better comic in real life than he is, on TV. I enjoy his podcast whenever he has a person that I want to listen to on. I don't. He seems like he's a busy dude, and a curious man. So, so I guess I'm interested in seeing what he has to say, because who knows, that might just jump back into what we were just talking about, man. He may talk about the presidency and what's going on, what may happen in our future, and that sort of deal. So that'll be interesting, I guess. Um, what else? Oh, we have a guest coming up this upcoming Monday. I hope. We put out a call to this man, and he's an ex-firefighter chief. So I think that would be really interesting to have him on to see what life is like fighting the good fight against, nature's best source of light, I guess. The best light source, fire. You know. So I think that'll be fun, man. I've known this man for quite some time, and he's always been a kind dude, and so I'm really, really looking forward to having him on here, and just to have a guest. Um, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know what I don't know what's gonna happen, how the conversation's gonna go, or anything like that. But we're gonna do our best and see what happens with all that. So, what else is going on? Not a whole lot, man. Just that the Olympics. The Deadpool Wolverine movie came out. I saw that. That was all right, I guess. Some of the superheroes that fight with Deadpool and Wolverine are a little, I don't know. It's different, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I wish they would have put other characters in there, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, man, that's what I got. That's what's happening this week. We got the Olympics, those disc throwing, synchronized diving. I mean, I wish they would make a Russian roulette a sport. That'd be fucking crazy, huh? Yeah, yeah. Just spin that thing around. See what happens, huh? But anyways, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Good to be here with you guys again, and I hope all you guys have a wonderful week. Get out there, try something new. It's Monday. It's Monday. New opportunities, right? New opportunities. All right, guys, I'm going to roll. Everyone out there, again, have a good week, and I'll see you next week, all right? Take care of yourselves and stay true to yourselves, guys. I'll see you next time.